All right, bang, bang. Today is Thursday. It's April 7th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. So I hope you guys are following the Twitter and the Instagram by now at Dog Walk Barstool. We posted a doc review. We haven't done one in a couple weeks, I feel like, actually.
Yeah, it has been a little bit.
Yeah. I think Dante's been gone and whatnot. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to come in for the one today.
Yep.
And he canceled. So we have a person sitting in. His name's Dave.
I got a bone to pick with him right off the bat.
What's that?
He's sitting in, but he immediately took my spot for Dog Walk.
This is bullshit.
What do you mean?
I always sit in this.
That's true,
seat.
though. That is his rundown.
He probably did that because he just didn't want to sit next to Carl on the first rundown we ever did. I've been sitting in that seat since the inception of this office. I just don't say anything for the rundown because it's once a week, but I sit there 4 times a week.
I don't give a shit.
And on top of that, White Sox Dave did not watch the documentary either.
Should
I
be
can
fun.
talk malls with the best of them, Ed.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Now I'm like thinking we should just fucking talk about whatever the fuck because
we can.
He's not going to know how to reference like the certain references. And I mean, I guess there's not a ton to talk about with it anyway, so we don't need to like make this an official doc review. We can just make it a bullshit free swim.
Mm-hmm. It did bum me out.
Dude, it bummed me out big time.
Yeah.
Fuck, I only want you to watch this.
You should watch it, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Dante's fired for this episode.
Okay.
And then we'll do this tomorrow or next week or whenever.
All right, fine.
We'll do a double Jasper review.
All right, fine.
That mall needs attention.
That does.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Jasper, I'm guessing Wyoming.
Alabama.
That sounds like an Alabama name, Jasper. Some like old white trash hillbilly.
I mean, that's rude to those people who live there and depend on that mall.
Yeah.
Jasper, that's like a...
You know what I thought it was going to be about?
That's the image that comes in my head.
I thought it was going to be about, it was like Jasper Mall. I knew something was wrong with it. Jasper, Missouri was where they had that tornado rip through and like destroy it. I thought it was going to be that.
Yeah, that's
like
one of those...
rebuilding the mall.
It's one of those names like you just don't forget.
Yeah.
What was wasn't there a Kansas one too? I don't know. But
I thought you were going to say like it's every state probably has a Jasper. Like that's why the Simpsons are from Springfield because every state has one.
Yeah, there was always like a thing. Oh, is it Illinois?
Yeah.
But it's the cap. I think, didn't they say it's Massachusetts?
I thought they said it was Kentucky at one point.
No, they fuck with people. That's the whole purpose of it. They'll make you think it's one thing, and then they'll make you think it's something another state, like episodes years later, or whatever.
What about Haddonfield, Illinois? What do you know about that?
Haddonfield?
Yeah.
I don't think anything.
No.
You
didn't play them in baseball?
Why do you got this shit-eating grin on your face? What?
Haddonfield, Illinois is the town where Halloween Michael Myers takes place.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not real.
It's not a real place?
No, but
do you know that there's a Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah.
Illinois? Oh, yeah, I did know
that's
that.
Out by you.
I did know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's off of...
that's not that crazy, but...
Not that crazy.
There's also like a beach... It's right there. There's like a beach city as well, and it's like...
There's a bunch, though. There's a flower field... I don't even know if this is a city, to be honest, but when you're driving through Wheaton, heading towards like Carroll Stream and Glen Ellen-ish area, you'll see a sign entering flower field. It's not a subdivision. It's not like on a map.
Yeah.
It's like this little no man's land and it says flower field. And every time I would drive by, to be like, where the fuck are we?
I actually get really upset about the classifications of like neighborhoods.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't make any sense a lot of time.
Where my parents live, like we have a St. Charles address, but we're whatever unincorporated St. Charles means, like we're outcast from St. Charles. Like if
you don't pay St. Charles taxes or something.
But we do.
Because I was unincorporated Warrenville for a while.
I know that like we go to their schools and we ask my dad if he pays property taxes. I'm sure he'll have something to say about that.
He'll be fired up.
He definitely pays property taxes and pays it to the municipality because he wants to move. So I have 2 sisters, my parents, and so 3 houses are within like a 5-mile radius of each other out there now. And my dad wants to sell the house and move like 3 miles west just for tax purposes. And like I think he and my mom put the house on the market last year or 2 years ago, and they did one showing, and my mom's like, I don't think we're gonna find anything, so we'll just keep paying the taxes. My dad's like, God damn it. God damn it. But like we couldn't get library cards. I remember that. Like I remember I was gonna go there.
You couldn't get in the pool either?
Couldn't get
That's fucked.
Yeah, we're just outcasts from society there.
That's well, we'll come back to this because I do want to talk about a neighborhood that you could very much zero in on, and that's the West Loop. And can you tell me what's in the heart of the West Loop, White Sox, Dave?
Me? Kind of.
No, you're not.
You're not even.
I'm like a half-ish mile north of the West Loop now,
Yeah.
but of course you're talking about JP Graziano.
Yeah. Did you not make the connection right away?
No, I did.
Oh yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
But it's just fun. I don't think he.
I'm not in the West Loop.
No.
Yeah.
I'm also in like no man's land.
Yeah.
I'm not in like neighborhood anymore.
Yes,
but
you're not. You're not. I
Yeah.
would say you're very much not.
You're unincorporated Chicago.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah. Except I do pay a lot of taxes.
I'm sure. But anyways, 901 West Randolph.
The best. We had it today.
Yes.
Yeah, we had it for lunch today. It is, and we got beef kits are back in the office. I'm probably going to take a few of those home. And I said this on Redline. I'll say it here. We had to have another box dropped off because we go through them. Like, we love the beef kits. We've been using them.
I loved it. Jim called me yesterday. Like it was like a disappointed Italian grandmother. Like, if you guys need more food, let me know. I'm happy to feed you. Like, if you need more beef kits, let me know. And he I was like, I'm sorry. And genuinely, I'm like, I don't know. That's product. I don't want to waste product. I feel like we're wasting product. I was like, just give us the box. It doesn't even have we don't need the food in there. And we'll just keep the box. He's like, no, these are for you guys.
Eat something.
Yes, exactly.
Eat something.
He legitimately Italian grandmother.
Yeah.
I loved it. So it was awesome.
I'm
He
glad.
should have put his mom on the phone who runs the register.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're in the trust tree here because I snuck probably about 5 of those boxes over the last year or so for myself without.
Well, yeah, they were clearly going somewhere. I mean, we all did. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like-
I didn't tell anybody, but it feels good to get that off my chest.
Buddy, I brought it. I mean, they were stocking stuffers I brought home.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Anytime we would have guests come in the office, I would say, hey,
Dick
take it.
Buckus'
Yeah,
son.
I did it today. We
Oh,
got
you
Jack,
did?
we got a lot of New York people in the office today. So, hey, Jack, you take that one with you.
Boom.
That's for you. And it's my favorite Chicago export now.
It really is.
Yeah.
And you can get your own at tasterealchicago.com. I mean, they're flying out of our office like crazy. So go pick yours up. You can get it in the store if you don't want to pay for shipping if you're in the area. Or there's like 7 Home Depot locations. Make sure you call ahead and make sure that they have them. It's at the Fix and Frank's location. I know there's a couple of Niles, a couple of Chicago ones, Skokie. So go check that out. Evanston. And make sure you're just getting these beef kits, guys. They're awesome. And it's like graduation party season is around the corner.
That's a good one. I actually think it'd be a nice thing to have if you guys do Easter big. I think it's having that crock pot of the beef kit after mass or something. I think that would be nice too. So
Yeah. But just go get it. TasteRealChicago.com. Go visit them. Go grab a sub. Late night window open the weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, until 12:30, 1 o'clock. So, all right. Now that we're gonna push Jasper, actually, I thought it was interesting that. So, did you guys have like a pool membership?
when I lived in Connecticut as like a 6-year-old, something like that, and I remember going to that town pool all the time in the summer, like me and my sisters. And so we definitely had a membership to that. We had a municipal pool in St. Charles that, again, we had no rights to, no legal claims. So never in Illinois.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You did?
Oh yeah,
The Warrenville pool?
the Warrenville pool. So Warrenville doesn't have its own. Well, we had an elementary school and now the middle school, which wasn't there when I was there. But we had our own little shitty pool. It was Summer Lakes pool. It was not some nice place, but Wheaton had a rice pool, and it was a legit water park, like slides that were 100 feet tall. It was an awesome place. It had a waterfall, a lazy river, all that stuff. And since I lived in Warrenville, I couldn't do that one because that was for Wheaton people only. But my parents always hated it because we were in the same school system.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's super fucked up.
So second
It's literally
grade,
called Wheaton Warrenville South.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But they're two completely different cities.
If that should be a
towns.
law, if high schools are merged, you got to share the pool. If
I
you're
mean,
gonna,
Ed for mayor.
yeah,
Ed
if
for
you're going
governor.
to share the fucking high school,
Yep.
then you should share
Eventually, I think enough parents got pissed off about it. We could get passes to Rice Pool and Water Park, but we didn't get the same like discounts for being a city
Yeah.
citizen or whatever.
I went to
They changed it eventually. I remember though.
Yeah, I went to the St. Charles pool one day. So in high school, I think it was like when I was 16, they had this program for gym class. It was all, I think it was like honors, like considered like honors gym for whatever that meant. But they trained you how to be a lifeguard. So I went through the whole process, certified, etc. Showed up for first day of work at a pool as a lifeguard in the summer. I was like in training. Someone had to be like legit rescued as I was observing, so I didn't have to do anything. Scared the shit out of me to have someone like, I would have to save someone's life and give them CPR. I quit. Like, I am out on this job. But that was my one day at St. Charles at the pool.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah. They put, remember those Peck Road fields? Did you ever have like sporting events there in St. Charles?
Oh yeah, Peck. Yeah. Tri-City Chargers.
They put a huge water park in there. Huge water park.
There's one out in we're talking far west suburbs, folks.
Yeah.
There's
Who's
one
laughing
out in
about
Yorkville
Harry?
now too. That's like a legit Six Flags.
Oh
I've never
yeah,
been
it's
to
big.
it.
Tri-City
Yeah.
Chargers. That's just a blast from
That's
the
a
past.
callback.
They were our arch rivals. They were
I
the
know
one
nothing
team
about
that
this.
could give us a run for our money, and we fucking murdered everybody in football when I was growing up. But the Tri-City was actually
You
good. They were
tangle
Tri-City
with
Chargers.
the,
you know
the
who they
best
were?
of Batavia, Geneva, and St. Charles.
Yep.
You got something coming for you.
Jesus, this is such a foreign world to me.
Yeah.
Like I actually found it funny the other day in the rundown we were talking too how crazy it was to you guys that I would take the CTA to school.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
insane.
that's wild.
That's
Wild to me.
insane.
really?
We didn't
How
have
did,
public
how did no one get
transportation.
abducted?
Yeah.
I feel like you go on the CTA now as an adult. Some level, you're taking your life in your hands.
No, it's not that. No, I mean, no, it's not that. Bad.
I live on Chicago Avenue in like the border of Westtown Ukrainian Village, and I always walk George by this one bus stop that's on the corner of Chicago and Hoyne, and there's always trouble there. There's just always trouble.
Well, yeah, you don't want to take it Chicago Avenue. You don't want to take it west. Like, don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah, it goes
But,
like Garfield Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you don't want to do that.
yeah,
But like, at the same time, I don't know. Like, I guess it depends where you are.
yeah, probably.
So,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think if you're on the northwest side,
Yeah.
and it's all cops and firefighters, isn't that kind of who lives over
Yeah,
by you?
city workers.
Yeah, city workers, then you're probably fine. But there are like,
Yeah, but like you could take the Clark bus. Like if Dave
Yeah.
if Dave wanted to before, like he could take the Clark bus.
yeah, I dated a girl who would take it from what's that Collectivo on Clark? Yeah, like Clark. You just Clark all the way to the Loop, and that seemed fine. But like the one by me, it's like the
Yeah.
bus stop always gets like gang tagged and with spray paint. It's like
I mean, I feel like the bus gets too much hate.
I don't. Yeah,
I don't do public transportation.
Yeah, you're a complete snob.
So
So you won't even do the L? Talking to the mic. Why are you looking at your phone?
So
what's going on?
We were talking about like weird cities earlier, and it popped into my head. I texted him he hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I got a buddy from college from downstate, and he showed me this city and its Wikipedia page. You might actually know it, being from Southern Illinois, not being from there, but going to school there.
Yeah.
It in like the 1950s, it was like it's nothing but a cult basically that lives there.
Oh, I've heard of this actually. This would be a
And
good
they
dog walk.
projected it to be 250,000 people like a decade down the road, and it was supposed to be like the size of Chicago.
Oh yeah, Cairo.
No,
Is
no,
that-
no, no, no.
Cairo.
Cairo?
Yeah, Cairo.
Cairo?
Yeah.
It's pronounced Cairo. It's not like
Yeah.
the Egyptian
But
capital.
it's spelled like Cairo.
Yes,
Yeah,
spelled
see?
the same.
I got the right pronunciation that time.
You did.
Yeah.
And Chief
But this
did
is
not.
in central, like over kind of by Champaign, like in the middle of fucking nowhere towards the Indiana border. And we were talking about weird cities. I'm blanking on the
I think
name.
it was
of
in the 70s actually. I don't think it was-
Danville, maybe.
No, it's towards Danville a little bit,
Okay.
but I can't
Terre Haute?
remember the name. But the Wikipedia, like this is a dog walk through and through.
Really?
And to this day, it's just like a small population of a few thousand people that are like it's just cult people. It's really weird.
Dude, those towns are so intriguing.
Yeah.
I've been-
Exactly.
I've been to
It's right up
Cairo.
your alley. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, Lake Egypt.
Yeah.
And I know about where it is, but
Yeah.
I'm zooming over the map of Illinois right now, and I can't remember the name.
Well, keep zooming.
Keep zooming.
I'm hoping he
let-
texts me back so we can
let us
talk about
know.
it a little
Have
bit.
you ever heard of that town in it's down on the Mississippi River down in Illinois called Kaskaskia?
We've done a dog walk on that, I believe.
We did?
Yeah.
Where the river like shifts and it like they had some great flood that the whole Mississippi River like shifted east. So you had this town in Illinois that was now technically in Missouri, and they still like have a problem with mail because it's like an Illinois zip code, but it's technically in Missouri. So they're like, we don't know what the fuck to do with this. So there's only like 1,000 people that live on this at this town now because most of it got destroyed by that river.
Maybe we didn't. We did one on. There was some town over there by the Mississippi that there was a tribe that like was built.
Oh, those people that they were like the ancient civilization.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm blanking on their name too. Do you
forget
know what I'm
which-
talking about? They had the mounds. Like they had, they bait. Oh, I thought Harry was going to pull the name for me there. They created like an Aztec level town where you see all those great like Mayan and Aztec pyramids. They had the same thing in central Illinois, downstate Illinois, that they
Cahokia.
Cahokia.
Yeah.
Ed, what a pull. Your
Bang.
memory is got the Cahokia.
I found it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And it had like at its peak, like they say like at its peak it had 25,000 people living there, and at the same period of time London had like 2,000. So it was like at one point this little place in Illinois was one of the most populated cities in the world.
That's on the bank of the Mississippi and Kentucky River, so two major water systems, obviously.
Maybe. I don't know where the Kentucky River runs, to be honest. But
it's a southern border, like Indiana.
Oh,
like
okay.
right down by Cairo, Illinois. But now it's just like all boarded up. It's a ghost town, basically.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But so, Ed, if you want to take a zoom down, it's Stell, Stelle. This is going to be it has to be a dog walk on its own, but in the early 70s, it became a simple homeowners association, 1982. CBS historical, just give it a zoom when you give it a shot. There might be a documentary or articles on it and some shit.
All right, we'll do one on this.
Yeah, but it's like a cult town with all of its residents are just in a cult.
There's a lot of those,
And you're not allowed, like, they don't let any outsiders into it.
Yeah,
You want to go?
Honestly, we
there
should.
was one that I wanted to go to in Arizona. It's like Colorado City, Arizona. Have you ever heard of that? It's where that
No.
guy. I guess it's like super sketchy. Like you pump gas and like people are like staring at you. You know.
I think like I had one negative experience in Arizona. I think I've talked about it before where if you're in Sedona,
You have, yeah.
where they talk about like, oh, the vortex, like there's these, and these are real things that are kind of all over the world where they have like a stronger magnetic force just in the atmosphere from whatever type of rocks are there. Like all rocks have some level of radiation off of them and have some sort of magnetic pull. And for whatever reason, this particular area in Sedona has more. So they call it like the vortex. And it was like a spiritual place for like the, I think it's the Hopi Indians or maybe the Apache Indians.
The Apache, probably.
Hopis are from New Mexico Southwest too, though.
Are they?
Yeah, but there's always like alien sightings, and the people are having like these crazy like, experiences. So we were like walking through this state park. This is my family. I was in high school, and we noticed this guy who looked like he was like, the only way I know how to describe it is looked like he was from 1974. Like had that style of like glasses, like the thin rims but the big frames, and was just like following us, like always like 25, 30 yards back, but like clearly follow. And we would like change directions and he would like go with us. And then we just started to walk back where we came from. And he was like, have you guys found the vortex? And we're like, no, dude, like we're just walking around this park. And then he kept following us. And my dad was like, I can't remember. He like threatened the guy, but then we just like got the fuck out of there.
You don't want to mess with the crazies, Ed.
Yeah.
Dude, no. So I guess that's a big thing where there are large Scientology churches where they're like, I've heard like they just have people riding around bikes, and they're just like, they seem like normal civilians like who are just riding their bikes, but they're really like looking around, making sure there's like no funny business going on and whatnot.
Yeah. I would love to go to the Scientology church.
Just to see what's up.
That's one of those things that's kind
There's
of
one on Lincoln Ave.
Yeah.
Right by like Golden Apple and
Yeah.
S&G's.
Oh, really? We were
right
just
there.
past
Yeah,
there.
we
It's
were
right there, dude.
Why don't we
Right
go?
there.
Why don't we go?
Nah, I don't want to fuck with that, bro. I'll be honest.
They
Scare me.
Yeah?
They do.
Do you know that's like one of the things, like this underlying, if you like dig deep enough on this Will Smith stuff, he's like a huge Scientologist.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And like it's like Tom
I could tell you a
Cruise.
bunch of them.
Yeah, but like obviously,
Yeah.
it's like, but Tom Cruise is at the top, whatever
Yeah.
his level is, and Will Smith is right behind him.
And Travolta's around there too.
Travolta, yeah. And it is like that going clear. Do you ever watch that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wild.
Yep.
Leah Rahimi.
It's wild. Well, is she in it? I know she has her own thing. Going Clear was the
Oh,
one
is it,
on
did I have them
HBO.
confused?
Yeah, they're two
Okay.
different ones. Like she
Okay.
did her own thing on it, and then Going Clear was a 2-part one on HBO Max.
It's weird.
It's dude, they have people that like scour the internet and shit for them.
Oh yeah.
Like that's like their job. So like hypothetically, they could have someone be like, "Hey, you're on the Barstool Podcast Network. Like, listen to these shows, make sure we're not brought up or whatever." Like that's like
it intrigues me enough to like talk about it, but like you had,
I don't want nothing to do with it.
I don't want nothing to do with
Like,
it. Those people freak me out.
Do you think you would get sucked in? What are you afraid of?
Yeah, I think I could be.
Could be manipulated. Have you ever, I know we were talking about The Simpsons earlier. Ever seen that episode where they like the whole Simpsons family joins a cult, and then Homer is just like, they think he's like some mastermind because he like is impervious to their persuasions because he's so stupid. So it's like, so that they eventually just try to like knock him unconscious, and that doesn't work either. So it is like, I kind of feel like
there's
Dave,
a whole South Park on it too.
Like I feel like Dave would go into one of these places and just argue with him. Like you would just argue with him forever. And they'd be like, all right, you're right. It's Jesus. We'll be Jesus people now.
We will fold. We will fold. Real quick here as well. Dave, we all know. Chief, we all know. Harry, we all know. High interest credit card debt sucks.
Whew.
It sucks. Why are you doing that?
I had an issue.
You had an issue?
Yeah.
He's a deadbeat. We'll leave it at that.
I'll tell the whole story. I'm still at war with Capital One. I opened a credit card in like 2019, maybe 2018. And I think I had like $120 of actual charges. Might have been less than that. I can't remember. And then like put the card deep in my wallet, just never thought about it, like forgot about it. Like forgot I even had the card. So yeah, like to his point, kind of a deadbeat. But then I wasn't getting like emails or anything. And then I was trying to get a house. And it's like, what's this Capital One card? And I'm like, holy fuck. I had like $800 of late charges and shit like that I had to like just pay off all at once to get my credit lined up so I can get a house. Thankfully, it worked out fine. But I needed Upstart. I needed Upstart to manage all my shit, make sure everything, like I'm going to be a customer going forward because I can't have situations like that. Upstart's the smartest way to manage your credit and get things all your ducks in a row.
One of the first steps towards financial independence. Upstart's powered personal loans can help you pay down high interest debt, all in line with a simple and easy to understand payment terms. Excuse me. Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, Upstart can get you one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart knows you're more than just a credit score, so rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score, and you can even receive the funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. So don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/Eddie. That's upstart.com/Eddie, EDDIE, to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL because it lets them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. It's important to stress one more time. And yeah, go to upstart.com/Eddie and start being smarter about your debt today. So that one, Colorado City, Arizona, was a Church of the Latter-day Saints. You familiar with them?
That's Mormons.
Warren Jeffs guy.
I thought Latter-day Saints was the same as Mormons.
I don't know. I just know that Warren Jeffs
I thought
guy.
it was.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
I thought
maybe
so, yeah.
there's a tie.
I'm also
or something.
fascinated by them, the Mormons.
We've
I
done
got
an
Mormon
episode on
friends,
them.
the Moyakis, who I've referenced.
They're Mormon? Mm-hmm. Really?
A lot of those, because they do the missions to those. Like where are they
She
from?
went to BYU.
Tonga?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have like their per capita income for the Mormon church, like members of the Mormon church, are astronomically higher than any other religion.
I mean, that makes complete sense. Like
How?
they don't desecrate their body every weekend like we do. They don't drink or do
well,
drugs.
sure, it's not checking their
They're not
saving.
hungover.
It's not, all right. Well, they're not checking their, but they also don't have coffee. So how do they start their day?
Well, they're not hungover.
Yeah, well, that's probably true. But like, it doesn't have anything to do with how they spend it. It's just like whatever their income is, like their W-2s. They're not looking at the savings account. It's not like they're going through Upstart. They're just finding they just have, and I think it's like $250,000.
It's pretty good
as an average.
That's an excellent average.
Yeah, makes you kind of want to be a Mormon.
I'll be Mormon if I can make $250,000.
Yeah, not bad.
Assuming I don't already.
I mean, it's like, what if you just had to identify as Mormon? Because people look at you a little funny, I feel like. But like, it's not like you go to church anyways. You don't have to participate. Just be like,
I don't do
and
that
then
shit.
you would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there's some tie in there. You're right. I was trying to look it up. But I don't know. Something with that Warren Jeffs guy. He went to jail and he was, I forget what happened.
I don't know.
But he was always like on like the Maury shit, like
Oh,
shit where
really?
like not like that, like Maury, like but he was always on like those investigative shows.
Okay.
Like where it's like we're looking into this guy, like you know, like exposés. He
Yeah.
was always involved with.
I've always been like fascinated by religion. I took a bunch of like religious studies classes in college just because I was like, I don't get it.
I actually was too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bad guy.
What do you do?
He was extradited to Texas where he was found guilty of sexual assault of a child.
Can't
he
do that.
was married to a 15-year-old. He was married
Can't
to
do
his
that.
12-year-old. So yeah.
Can't
You
do
know,
that.
speaking of that, you know what's finally coming out to roost is was it Courtney Stodden?
Yeah.
Like she's kind of making the rounds.
That's a fucking name.
for like a
Continue.
big time callback. So now, like she got married to like a 60-year-old
Yeah, I remember.
when she was like 15,
Yeah.
and she was she was just on the internet. She was like a talking point on the internet. This is probably what 12 years ago, maybe more.
I feel like I was involved with Barstool when she was, but yeah, a long time.
A long
ago.
time.
Looks
ago.
like 2009, 2004 was like a big
Courtney Stodden time.
chunk. Yeah.
So now, but she's like an adult now,
2014.
and
sorry.
she's like 2014,
Yeah.
2009 to 2014.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
makes that sounds right.
Yeah. So she's like out making the rounds doing media, being like, "Yeah, it was super fucked up," and I was like, "Yeah, it was." Like everybody knew it was super fucked up in real time.
Yeah.
Like I still don't understand. Like I guess she had like her parents' consent, but I don't think that should matter. If you're like, you can't just like this isn't.
So the parents are enabling it.
Yeah, like they round up all the adults and put them all in jail. If you're gonna let your 15-year-old marry a 65-year-old, something's fucked up. So it's funny that it's taken, not funny, but it's taken this long for this to finally come out with Courtney Stodden, and it's like, yeah, like I was a victim. It's like no shit. Everybody was saying that the whole time. That's why it was a news story.
Parents cited Stodden's devout Christianity allowed them to make their own decision.
But that's another thing. Like how did she? I don't even think she should be allowed to be considered devout. Like she doesn't have you don't have a fully functioning brain until you're 25.
So the relationship drew controversy and criticism as Stodden was 16 when she married 50-year-old Hutchinson.
It's fucked up. Is he still alive?
I don't know. Doug Hutchison is his name. He is alive.
Is he in
alive.
jail?
They got divorced in 2020.
Well,
You don't
that's
say.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that went pretty long though. 2011 to 2020. Longer than I would think.
Yeah, but like she might think, she could have been like a prisoner, in a way, like a mental. So she doesn't know. It's all she's basically a hostage
knows.
from the time she was a teenager.
I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see that Selena Gomez story? She hasn't been on the internet in 4.5 years.
At all?
Yes.
I envy her.
Yeah, that's what this blog says. Nate wrote it. I'm insanely jealous of Selena Gomez's claim that she hasn't been on the internet in 4.5 years. She said, I haven't been on the internet in 4.5 years. It has changed my life completely. I am happier. I am more present. I connect with people more. It makes me feel more normal.
I love it.
Thoughts?
I wonder how extensive, like what she means by the internet. Like if she's on a road trip or like trying to get somewhere and she's just pulling out a folding map. Is she like, that's what, like, or does she still use Google Maps? Like that's the internet.
Yeah, but she probably social media.
Okay.
Is what I would assume, right?
So
That makes more sense.
I think
Yeah.
it sounds you guys obviously know Kirby Dockett is plays for the Blackhawks, 20-year-old kid. I was reading an article where he was saying like recently, like he's gotten rid of all of his social media.
Frank Kaminsky said that about Twitter.
Yeah,
It's toxic, man.
it is, but like you miss all the Will Smith slap stuff. That was a great night on the
I
internet.
don't even know if I said this out loud yet, but I wasn't watching the Oscars, the Academy Awards, until like I saw it immediately. I tuned in.
See,
like-
I was watching a lot.
I was watching it live too.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching.
But I don't think it's crazy
Like my
you've been
phone
watching
started
it.
blowing up like group text messages and shit saying, was that real? Like, what the fuck just happened in the Oscars? So immediately I turned it on.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I miss it,
I probably wouldn't have watched it. But
so
girlfriend,
Chief's super fucking old. You know that, right?
it's true.
I'm aware. He's
Yeah.
kind of
He's closer to 40 than he is at 30. He's turning 36 in a couple,
In like a week. Yeah.
Like a week.
You gonna
Oh,
say happy
damn.
birthday?
Maybe. Depends on how.
It's
I'm
literally a
feeling
week
that
from
day.
today.
But Chief has a dream that is transformed into my dream, where he like gets a massive plot of land out in like the Rockies, like Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, something. And my dream is to mooch off of that dream of his. I've gotten to the point where that's what I want to do too. Just run into a shit ton of money and just get rid of the internet and no social media. I'll use it for like MapQuest and shit, sure, but like just disconnect myself from the world.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if the Penn stock, went up to like 300 or something. I could maybe make that happen.
Be nice.
It would be nice.
It would be nice.
Barstool Boise. We'll start out in Idaho.
I've heard it's becoming too California-ized. Boise.
Yeah, I say that about Texas too. At the end of the day, it's still
True.
the West.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting.
You
that
gonna
did
come to
that.
do Barstool Boise if we go?
I don't know. I would more like to just delete social media.
How
You've,
great
you've
would it
said that for a while.
Yeah.
Where like you wish you could use Twitter just to like kind of
Yeah.
how Rogan does it, where he promotes his shit and then logs off.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
I just don't.
My dad's got it all right.
Yeah, it's just
He doesn't
such-
know how to use fucking MapQuest.
It's
He
just
still
such
got
a
that
time
big ass
suck.
atlas.
It's
Is
such
he
a-
really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, stop.
Oh, I swear to God. Like you get them at
Yeah,
gas
yeah.
stations. Yeah,
does
that's how
not.
my dad. If you told my dad to use his phone to like say he's going down to Kentucky, which he does frequently, he's not using his phone. He's using an atlas. 1,000%.
No way.
He doesn't have an email address.
But he has a phone.
Can
does
I
have a phone. He
ask
knows how to
these
text
questions
message.
to him personally?
Can't.
Why?
I've told you many, many times.
It'll be a recorded
You know what?
conversation.
You should just
He would figure out a way to Randy Marsh himself, Ed.
Ed, I will solve this problem. It'll be even funnier.
What?
Send him handwritten letters and have like be like a pen pal.
He pays his bills by check, personal check in the mail.
He'll write you back.
Would you let me write him?
If you can find his address, you can write him.
I know where he lives. I don't know his address, but I know I think I could get there from Top Golf. I think I would know
Out in
how to,
Naperville.
I think I would know how to
Naperville?
get there.
I think I could get there from Al's.
Yeah, or from Al's. That's a good one too. All right.
He's not far from there. No, but
What would the first letter look like? Would you just send him a bunch of questions about him?
Dear Mr. Williams. I don't
Dear
know.
William Herman Williams.
Yeah, I don't know what I would say.
he would probably call me and he'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" He gets all his information on my stupidities like from
Secondhand.
second and third hand sources. A lot of kids he works with,
Yeah.
and
But no, I was going to say, though, you've told me before that he listened to the show once in a while.
so when we first started in 2019,
Yeah.
he got an iPhone, and he was flip phone guy until his work made him get an iPhone. So I went on his cell phone just like as kind of a joke, because one subscriber doesn't mean shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I subscribe to Redline and the Dog Walk and whatever else we do. So I didn't realize didn't turn off the push notifications. So he didn't even realize that was our show at first, because like I'm not on it every day. And he would listen and he's like, "Oh man, it's garbage, man. This is like pretty funny." So he like asked me about it. I'm like, "Yeah, that's my podcast." He's like, "How'd it go on my phone?" I'm like, "I subscribed to it from your phone," because I helped him set up the iPhone.
Yeah.
And so he was listening to like those ones, yeah, like just the everyday guys, because that's him. That's
Yeah.
right up his alley, you know.
I know. See, I already feel like I have a kinship with him. Like he knows the
Yeah.
show.
Do you know my brother did that, but at Apple stores in England? So we have like Redline and Dog Walk have a
You got to.
call
Yeah.
them like 3 dozen subscribers from various Apple stores.
Do you
Thank
guys
you,
DM
Patrick.
with anybody that you're friendly with you've never met in person? But if they do DM you, you like don't mind having a conversation with them?
Yeah,
I got
probably,
a few people like that. One of them's out in England, and I always call him mate. I don't know, like
I'm
as
surprised
a
you don't
joke.
call them cunt.
I say cunt regularly in the conversation.
Yeah,
Bloke. And him, like, he's the biggest Dog Walk fan on earth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
And Barstool Chicago fan.
That's good.
And he's just out there on, in the UK.
Ooh, I also have news that I landed an interesting guest.
For this?
Well, just be a relatable guest.
See, you're not going to say it, are you?
I'm not going to say it.
I hate when you do this.
But you will be involved in some capacity.
Is it Big John the Mailman?
No, it's not Big John the Mailman.
Landed a new guest.
Yes.
I told him, I'm like, hey, let's get Big John and just
He'll come
do
back at some point.
yeah.
He'll come back.
Does he have a key?
Why can't you? You can't do this, dude. That's so against social rules.
It's the
Do
only
you guys
clue I'll
remember
give
when
you.
I said, hey, there's this thing I can't tell you
Yeah.
on the Power Moves draft, and you guys said, oh, that's a stupid pick, and then look at this, he's got power over you right now because you want to know, and he knows, and he can't. And he won't
not
tell
that
you.
it's
Because it would be more. It would be, the audience would like it more if I surprised you with it.
That would make me very nervous if I were you.
Yeah, I'm just not going
You
to do
shouldn't
it.
be nervous. You shouldn't be nervous.
I'm not going to do it then.
It's a running joke in the Barstool Chicago office.
Have you told me?
No, I haven't told you. This
Is it
just
like-
happened today.
Oh, okay.
Is it like
Today.
Vienna?
No. It's not bad. It's you're gonna enjoy it. But
I only have one guess, but I don't think it's it.
what is it?
I would guess Bobby Jenks.
No. That would be a Red Line Radio thing, anyways.
Oh, this is specific dog
this
walk.
is yes.
Okay.
This is a dog walk interview that I will need you present for that day. You won't be on the whole interview, but I'm definitely pulling you in at some point, like I did with the meter maid. So think of it in that vein, where it's like parking tickets.
A boot guy?
I think of you. A boot guy? No, not a boot guy, dude.
Oh, that would be actual war because that was fucking thievery, like a car boot. That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
I would love to be a boot guy just for a fucking
That guy was backing off of me like I was about to slit his throat.
dude. Yeah, that was.
You
was
get,
keeping
you
major
have
distance.
you get a look in your eye sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I
he
tweeted
does.
the video because I wanted people to know that he was ripping me off. Can you
Now
just tell
I'm-
me?
I'm so curious.
I'm
Should
not.
I say it, Harry?
Is
If
Harry know?
I'm putting the power on Harry.
Does Harry
Yes,
know?
Harry. Say yes.
Harry does not.
Yes.
I think I got a chimney sweep.
Oh,
I love it.
I think I got a chimney sweep.
So you
That's-
gotta tell the story though, or should I?
Someone just you tell yours.
So back in high school, I'm sure did you guys do this too?
Oh yeah, the aptitude
I
test.
actually
Is that what it's
need
called?
a chimney sweep.
Yeah, it's the aptitude test. For people that don't know, there's an aptitude test. You like fill out a bunch of questions. It's like, would you like to assemble birdhouses?
Yeah,
Like,
you fill out. It's like 50 questions, and it's like multiple choice, and it gives. So when you finish taking the test, it's like, oh, this is the kind of career that you would enjoy, that you would succeed at, that you would excel at, that is what you should be looking to do in the future. And it's you take it after your junior year, I want to say, with your guidance counselor, to get you ready for college, to pick a major and all that. And instead of saying like lawyer, sports agent, professional athlete, like whatever awesome job there is out there, internet blogger, the very first thing it said I should be is a chimney sweep. And I looked at the
I
thing and
have
I'm
to
like,
know,
what
how
the
you
fuck?
answered those questions.
I sincerely,
How does it spit out? Like, what type of question or series of questions
I
could be
remember,
spit out where
like-
the answer's like, he's in the chimney sweep
it's
category?
so perfect. It's so perfect.
I looked at it and I looked at her and I looked back at the test and I looked back at her and she's just staring at me like,
Well, here's where I want to
maybe
be
you
careful.
shouldn't go to that private school that costs $40,000 a year because I don't think you need that kind of education to go and be a chimney sweep.
And I want to be careful here because I don't want to offend my potential future guest.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe they make great money. Like that's where we're gonna get to the bottom of that when he comes on. But it's just very funny that was your number one recommended job.
I could see him doing it, getting out of the chimney with soot
Oh my
all over
God,
his face.
he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. You got a dusty face for days. Dude. Like if-
Why are you getting mad at that?
I'm not
Actually,
mad. I'm disappointed in myself.
before I knew
That
you,
you never became a chimney sweep?
Know that, like, that's what it expected of me.
before I knew you, actually, like me and a friend, like we would, like when we knew each other, but we didn't know each other, like we never really hung out in person. We were always under the condition that you were like in the coal mines and shit. Like you just exuded that vibe, like especially that first picture, like the brat picture and the.
That's at Mifflin.
I know, but the most.
He looks like he could break rocks. Yeah, you look like a rock breaker.
That picture is so. How did that happen?
Do you know what so Mifflin Street block party? Like 4 or 5 of my best friends from high school went to University of Wisconsin. I went to school in Chicago suburbs, so we're only like a 2.5 hour drive from Madison, and I would take all my friends from North Central College up to Madison like once a month. We'd go. We went like 6 times a year, and because it was just such a fucking fun party school, and it was close and it was cheap, and you could. Yeah, I would go up there with like $60 to my name and be coming home with money, and after bar hopping and everything. And every year is the first Saturday of May every year. So it's coming up again. It's not the same. They had the Mifflin Street block party. In Mifflin Street, they would close it off, and every single house, it was just a free-for-all. And the streets were packed to the gills. They probably had, I would guess, about 30,000 people packed into this
Mifflin,
one block stretch.
It's huge. It's huge.
It was the famous Patrick Kane pictures, too.
Yes, exactly. What happened with the sausage, though?
Someone just sniped a picture of me, and I was so fucked up from the. This is probably I'm guessing, like 10 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know that guy in that picture. You know what I mean? Do you ever feel that way?
The 2
but
guys
you
to
do.
my right and my left are
I
2
don't
of my
know,
college
though.
roommates, and you could only see their faces.
That guy's like a rugged dude. That's not this guy.
Do you think he's gone soft?
Oh,
Not
dude,
soft, but like
that's part of the reason.
like
my
that's
father
like a guy
hates
who's like,
my
I don't give a
fucking
fuck.
guts
I'm
so much.
drinking beer. I'm eating sausage. I don't give a fuck about like my like. You didn't give a fuck about anything. You know, you were just like, I'm just fucking.
Why did your dad hate your guts?
Because I'm a complete and total pussy.
Oh.
Like
But you're
he's
not.
worked with his hands
Oh,
his
well,
whole
your
life.
job, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit, Ed.
Clearly.
I did do landscaping for one summer at North Central, and I actually liked it.
Did you assemble your grill?
I did. It was the worst thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
It took fucking forever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
4 hours with maybe a half hour break in the middle.
Yeah, it's tough.
Glad I did, but it's like I belong on the couch. I belong watching TV. I belong
that
sitting
guy,
on my
man.
phone.
You got good finger muscles.
I think I got a good handshake.
Type
do-
in.
I do not
tweeting.
know that guy.
I mean, that picture is. I mean, you have a lot of like legendary pictures. I would say more than probably the rest of the office.
You know what I
combined.
mean? There's something about that guy, Ren. Knowing you now, like I just don't know how that was you.
I disagree. That's the same guy, Ed.
I don't know, dude. That picture, like a picture.
No, you know what it is? It's like, like a sculptor is like sculpting something out of marble. And it's like that one is like the first generation, like the rough around the edges.
So
like you
I
have
was
to keep
probably
smoothing it down over 10 years.
Do you have the picture pulled up?
No, I don't.
I'm guessing I was 21 in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've aged a day in that 12 years.
David.
I really don't. I look just as old then as I do now, I think.
I think you look better now.
Yeah, you do.
Better?
Yeah.
I would say the same.
You definitely have aged, but I think it's improved you as opposed to
I don't know.
like you were also more like refrigerator shaped back then.
Yes.
Oh, I like this ain't a joke. I lived in the weight room, but I only did I didn't do anything that would help with sports. I sat on a bench press, squat rack, curls,
Can I have
2+ hours a day, 5 days a week.
If I can't have William Williams on, can I get the guy who did the Little Caesars on?
The Little Caesars?
Yeah, in the hot car.
He's I haven't talked to him since college. I don't think.
Have you told that story publicly? I don't know if you did.
I don't think I know that story.
So he's
Wild.
he's a Notre Dame guy, high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure he's working for the city now.
Oh, really?
He went to high school with Nick Robinson, who
Yeah.
I'm sure is listening right now. But
Wild,
our
Chief.
best pitcher on the team was just a complete total lard ass. I'm not gonna say his name, but his dad, he was our best pitcher. He was actually pretty good, and he would not touch a weight, would not do any conditioning. He was just such a fucking lazy ass. He was just naturally a good pitcher, but his dad would get on his ass about not working out or not running in the off season and shit. So he would go to Little Caesars, get a hot and ready and a 2 liter of soda, and just sit in his car in like straight sweatsuit, like the boxing gym, Rocky Balboa, like zipper, and he would eat the pizza, drink the 2 liter of pop in one sitting, and he would just be soaked in sweat.
With the heater on.
With the heater on in the middle of winter, 30 minutes later or whatever, cranked to 90 whatever degrees. And then he'd go and take a picture of how soaked he was and send it to his dad. Be like, hey, I just got back from the gym. And that's what he would do. That's like Costanza level.
Yeah.
And just an uncomfortable dining experience altogether.
yeah.
Could you imagine slamming a hot and ready? Fucking.
He, I wasn't a part of this, but he drove this like 94 Chevy Cavalier. And a lot of us had cars on campus at North Central, so there was like parking lots and shit. And one time, I wasn't there for this, but I saw the after product. Like 8 or 10 of my teammates, he was parked kind of in the corner of a parking lot. So they took his car and they shifted it between two. They just lifted it up the car and shifted it so he was blocked by 2 cars. So he gets out to his car the next morning to probably go pull the pizza sweat move, and he couldn't move his car until the other cars moved. And we would fuck with this kid so much.
We should
Yeah,
start
that's
doing
tough.
that around here.
Yeah.
Who would we fuck with here? I feel like Lance is
But
he would just like, I don't think he would get mad.
he wouldn't. He'd be
Oh, Lance.
Yeah.
Lance does not laugh like that. All right, then, fellas. Let's close it out. Thank you for hopping on. Jasper Mall for sure next week.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.